Type R has been a spotlight, and this video is going to highlight everything. Now, I know that the Type R isn't the fastest car out there. I know that, and I didn't buy it to be the fastest thing, but I do enjoy a car. I appreciate engineering behind it. I appreciate the good handling, and I do, when I drive, I have fun. I have fun driving it. I take corners fast. It's a fun car to toss in the curves, it'll tell you that. So with that being said, first run, I'm going to work. I'm actually on call. We're going there. It's sort of urgent. And as I'm heading there, I'm driving pretty quick. And I just happened to look in my mirror, and I didn't even know this guy came out of nowhere. I must have just passed him and didn't even realize it. But it was a Cadillac ATS-V. And I just looked back at my mirror, and he's behind me, coming for a turn. I was like, okay. So I put it in plus R mode, which is their more aggressive mode, to really stiffen up the steering. The dampers are recalibrated for best handling, and I think the stability control is more calibrated, and also the rev matching and all that other stuff. But anyway, I throw it in the curve, and Type R just wants to rotate. And what's good about it is once it does that, you can just give it some gas, and it just stabilizes the car and actually pulls itself around the turn. And I did that, and I mean, I felt like when my tires weren't squealing, I felt like I was probably 100% in control of the car. And I had to change lanes, move back over in the turn, and that Cadillac was following every move I was making. Now, so I'm thinking, he's gonna run me at the light. I know for sure he's gonna run me at this light. Now he's behind me, but like I said, if I pull off, I know what he's gonna do. So I let him pull off. Actually, I pulled off, sort of aggressive, and I saw him go over to the left. I didn't see him anymore, and I couldn't tell looking at the video, but like he was starting to creep back up on me a little bit. But I tell you what, I gave this little Type R everything it had. I ran those gears. I shipped those gears pretty quickly, seeing if that would help me. But I don't think I had that ATS-V. I think he just had more power to me.
That's fun.
Nice one, bro.
I appreciate it.
All right, next one. This one is actually, this actually comes from a STI. Now, this is actually good competition, and I know how this is going to fare out with me. But driving through STI was kind of, traffic a little bit, and I was like, I think he wants to. So go through the roundabout, accelerate. He takes the bait. He's on me, and he wants to do a 40 roll. All right, let's do a 40 roll, real quick. Okay, it can't be. Or actually, I wouldn't say. I don't think we were at 40 roll. It must be like a 20 roll. But I'm just like, all right, real quick. Let's just do this quick. So I honked off real quick and pull from him. I mean, you can see the video. It wasn't. You could tell which car it wasn't. I wouldn't even say a driver's race. It was just clearly the Type R just has more power than the STI. And I think the STI owners out there, I was kind of shocked myself to see, but the owner even told me, he says he has buddies that have Type Rs, and that's kind of the outcome he kind of expected. So he said that he was all stock. I told him I was too, so it wasn't like I had anything done in my car.
Appreciate it, man. I like the STI too.
I have 3 friends that have Type Rs.
You what?
I have 3 friends that have Type Rs.
You have 3 friends Type Rs?
They get me every time.
Oh, they get you every time, huh? This is my first time in a Subaru. I'm curious. How do you go?
Yeah, well, nice.
First of all, those Teslas, I'm telling you what, they've been, more of them are coming around, and You know, I can only do so much with, you know, the internal combustion engine. I think we feel like the time's coming down, you know, where we're not gonna be any match for these vehicles at low speeds. Doesn't mean I'm gonna give up. I'm still gonna try, and we'll keep pushing. All right, so first one comes in. This was I was trying to Type R. Just getting on the highway. Mind you, I was listening to an audiobook, wasn't even thinking about it. And this Tesla Model 3, I'm assuming he must have been a standard range, because it didn't say dual motor on the back or anything. But he took off. So immediately I floored it. And I don't know if you can tell from the video, but there was hesitation from the Type R as I was in second gear, but traction control kicked in twice and it never kicked in that aggressive before, but it was like kicked in, it stopped, it accelerated, and it kicked in again. And finally, once I got to top of second, it just stayed there, and that Tesla had already started to inch away from me. He was already probably like full car length ahead of me. Now this is a ramp that has a right hand sweep turn, and guess what? Couldn't get him in acceleration. I know exactly where I could take that Tesla. Type R has amazing handling, so I just went ahead and just stuck it in there wide open. I didn't even back off. Went third, and I don't really know how fast I was going, but I kept it floored all the way through that turn. And the thing about these Type Rs, they actually stay more planted when you are accelerating mid corner, because I think that the chassis is tuned for a little bit of oversteer. So by just keeping that accelerator down, allows everything to stay sort of balanced, and you can use the front wheel drive to your advantage, because technically front wheel drive has an understeer. But anyway, got him in the turn. By the end of the turn, I was already full car ahead. Now, either he backed off a little bit when he went that curve, or he wasn't driving as hard as I did. But when we got on the highway, look back, and here he is. He's still there. But as I ran through, you know, fourth and fifth gear, I started to pull away from him. You know, at that point, his low end advantage is now gone. Even against Type R, I just have more oomph than that. I think if it was a dual motor or what we call long range, he probably would have been able to maybe come back. I don't know if he would have, you know, I don't know if he would have pulled back strongly on me, but anyway, it was good.
Filter the cues you get from others through your self-concept. This self-concept is fundamentally shaped by your mother. The way your mother responded to your first cries and gestures influences how you expect to be seen by others. Children with unresponsive mothers behave in ways that make people want to keep their distance, whereas those with responsive mothers are more confident and connect well with peers. Though the self-concepts formed in childhood don't always carry on to adulthood, if they do, it takes a bit to change them, specifically the negative self-concepts. William Swan, a psychology professor at the University of Texas, conducted research that shows people with negative
Next one comes in. This one got me. It was a Model S, P85, and it's a video show for itself. I didn't have any for him. I tried, didn't have any for him. It was pretty much, I got beat kind of like I got that Model 3 long range with the power boost beat me. It was just like no competition, but I tried. There's one more I need to get. All right, so there's one. Now, you let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think, because I wasn't sure if this was even a thing. And it's one of those scenarios. I'm heading in on call, and as I'm, you know, I feel like when I'm on call, I feel like everyone wants to play. I have no idea why that's a thing, but I think because I'm driving fast, and driving a car kind of looks like this, or you know, the M3. I think people are just like, oh, he's driving fast, let me play him. So you know, coming through, and I just hear I'm passing the Durango, and as I look back on the fender, I saw that it said the 392, so I knew it was the SRT. Didn't think anything of it, and all of a sudden I hear it like accelerate, like he kicked down to the passing gear. At that point, I'm like, oh, he's gonna try to accelerate back on me. So I was already rolling pretty good, so I dropped down into fourth gear from sixth to fourth, and from that point, I look back and he was still hanging with me, and I think he was trying to stay with me. But let me know in the comments what you think about that, and let you see that video. Now I'm feeling cocky. Let's see how the Type R does against the C63 AMG.